Today on Context, it's all Christmas fun and joy. Laughter is the best medicine. Join us as entertainers, magicians, comedians, and an international positivity expert freely give their gifts and advice on keeping joy in Christmas. A charity lawyer tells us how generous Canadians are at giving all year long to the tune of $20 billion. We'll also get a look at some of the best toys for kids this Christmas season. I'm Lorna Dueck.
I'm Sheldon Neal.
And I'm Molly Thomas.
And this is Context.
You don't need to get overwhelmed by Christmas. Stay positive with tips from motivational and positivity researcher Michelle Gielan.
It's the most wonderful, magical time of the year. Stay tuned as the wonder of a magic trick by Graeme Reed mesmerizes us.
Plus, Sheldon Neal shows us the hottest toys on kids' wish lists this season.
And laughter is always the best medicine. Comedian Timmy Boyle stops by to ring in the season with some comedy.
Okay, let's get started as we head into Christmas. And I'm thinking back to the season and what brought us joy.
Yeah.
What episode did you walk away from that really inspired and made you proud of what we do here?
Well, you know, the Rohingya crisis, of course, was a very, very tough story. But in the midst of so much pain there, I got to meet these beautiful children. Lorna, these kids, they followed me around the camp almost every day. They were so beautiful. I think we have some videos of them. Teaching them a little bit about our home.
And Sheldon,
kids.
What about you? What inspired you?
A lot. I think what stands out, by far, the Parliament of the World's Religions held in Toronto. We asked the big question, can religion heal the world? And we wrestled to see what does that answer look like? And for me, against the backdrop where people more focus on what's wrong and what divides, we're trying to get to the heart of what can actually unify the nation.
Okay, so we are going to jump into positivity and the joy of Christmas. Take a listen to this.
Negative messages can have a negative effect on our energy, our stress, and our happiness.
Okay, that's Michelle Gielan there, internationally recognized positivity expert and author of Broadcasting Happiness, the Science of Igniting Positive Change. Hey, Michelle, thank you for joining us. And we are a news show usually, and we're taking a break to do Christmas joy this special week of Christmas. So the news can actually make us grumpy?
Yes, that's correct. It's so good to be here with you. Yeah, we did a study with Ariana Huffington and researcher Sean Acor, and we found that just 3 minutes of negative news in the morning can increase our chances of having a bad day by 27%, and that was as reported 6 to 8 hours later. So what that means is that negative news can act like a poison pill. But meanwhile, and this is where I think the research gets really hopeful, in our follow-up study, we found that if we focus on solutions and not just the challenges that we're experiencing, we can actually make ourselves better at creative problem-solving tasks later in the day. So it shows us that what we focus on creates our reality.
Wow, so a negative news spin, okay, but Christmas, there's a whole huge focus on family longings. I mean, so many people have lost, so many people have totally dashed expectations. How do you stay happy?
It is challenging because there's this expectation that we should be so happy right now, right? The lights are twinkling, there's all these presents, there are all these get-togethers. But if we're experiencing loss during this time, then what we're seeing is a reality that is full of all these things that we're missing. I think the challenge there is how do we reorient our attention to all that is working well, while at the same time maintaining this ability to stay with our loved ones that we might have lost and honor them and really keep them close to our hearts.
Okay, so you also challenge us to ignite change. How do you do it? How do you ignite positive change?
Well, so I think it first and foremost starts with understanding our power to positively influence other people. And what I mean by that is so often we can clearly see how negative people impact us, right? We're on a business team and there's this one really negative person and we leave a meeting with them and we just feel stressed or exhausted or negative ourselves. The reality is this power goes both ways. We can influence them. Research studies find that we're constantly influencing other people. The best thing to do whenever we have the ability to interact with them is to start by sharing something positive and meaningful about our own lives and hopefully prompt others to match in kind.
Okay, so you have to share, not nag. Is that right? You can't tell them, could you just be more positive, please?
Yeah, that really, from personal experience, I know that does not work, also from the research. Instead, what you're trying to do is increase the amount of positive expressivity you have. When you start a conversation, for instance, by sharing something positive and meaningful, which I call a power lead, we're socialized to reciprocate. So hopefully you're taking the lead on the conversation, the other person is prompt to match in kind, and you're learning about them on a different level and connecting with them on that positive topic.
Okay, that's great. I love how you frame that. Be a positive lead for positivity. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks so much, Lorna.
Thank you, Lorna. A new spin on positivity, an overused term, but always crucial to our health, is how we think.
Okay, so let's have some fun with someone from our own context team. Graeme Reed is a graphics guy by day, and at night, magician extraordinaire.
I'm gramazing at night. So we are going to try a card trick, okay? We're going to try something fun here. You know what? Real simple. Molly, I'm going to run my thumb down the side. Just say stop any point.
Stop.
Right there?
Right there.
Can you take a look at this one for me? I want you to memorize it. Show everyone. I won't look at the monitors or anything like that.
Don't let them see.
Perfect. We're good?
Okay.
Yes?
Yep.
And then Molly, can I get you to place it right back here for me? Perfect. I'm going to give these a good mix. Now, this is the first card trick of the day, so I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to take a guess that your card is probably in the middle, okay? And I think it's got to be one of these 5 cards. I'm going to show them to you. Don't give it away if you see your card just yet, okay?
Okay. Poker
we go.
face.
I feel like there should be some music. Tension.
Was your card one of those 5 cards?
That? No.
Was it in the 5? Did you see the 5?
Oh, I didn't see them. Sorry.
That's okay.
Do you want me to go again?
Go again.
Go again?
Go
Okay.
again, go
We'll try it again. We'll try it again. Okay, the 5 cards. Take a quick look here. Ready? Was your card one of those 5 cards?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay, we're narrowing it down. We're getting closer, right? Molly, hold it one hand like this. I'm going to put the 5 cards right here. Put your other hand on top. It's like a magic sandwich, right? Now, I don't know what the card is, but let's pretend I do. And let's pretend I have some sort of weird magical power that I can make playing cards go invisible, okay?
They're going to disappear.
Yeah, we'll pretend that I can grab your playing card invisibly out of your hands, right? I can turn it face up so we can all see what it is.
Yes.
And then I can fold it in half, kind of like a boomerang, and then I can throw it into this gift box that's been sitting here the whole time.
No way. No way.
Right? How many cards did we start with in your hands?
5.
How many would there be now if I pulled one out and I threw it away?
There would be 4.
Can you count them?
Freaking me out. Oh my gosh. There's only 4?
Is your card there?
No.
No? I said it would be folded up inside this gift box. I don't want to touch it. I'll grab those. Grab the gift box. Grab the gift box. Open it up. Inside is one card folded in half. Show the camera.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Unbelievable, right? Now, most magicians, they don't usually repeat the same trick twice. We're going to repeat the trick, okay? We're going to try it again. This time,
With Sheldon.
Sheldon, slide any card out.
Any card out.
Completely all the way.
Okay, should I go east or west? Let's go here.
Perfect. And I'm going to look away in a second. What I want you to do, you're going to turn the card face up so you can see the face. You sign your name huge across
On this card?
On that card, across the face of the card, not the back.
Okay.
And say you had like a king or a jack, write it down the side, right at the edge,
Okay.
so we can all see what it is. Show the camera. Let me know when it's face down on the table, and I can't see it, okay?
Okay, so.
Sign the face. Don't let me see. I won't even look at the monitor.
They see? Wonderful. So I'm signing across the whole thing. All right, let me do this. Okay.
And show the camera, and let me know when the card is face down on the table.
Do you guys see that? Okay.
Perfect?
It is down on the table. Face
Okay,
down.
here we go. I'm going to take the card. It goes into the pack. Sheldon, you put the marker in. Hold it one hand like this. Put the marker. I'll put the deck of cards right here. Sheldon, put your other hand on top.
Okay.
Perfect. Hold tight. Now, Molly, you can put the marker down.
Okay.
Everyone's drawing the marker. Molly, put your hands on top and bottom, right? So it's like the ultimate magic sandwich.
Yep.
Okay? The idea for this one, I'm going to reach inside, and I'm going to try and pull out one card. One card only. Hopefully it's the one that you signed.
Yep.
In the sandwich?
in the magic sandwich. Small disclaimer, I usually get 2 cards. I got sticky fingers. It's probably the glue in my hair, right? Loosen up a little, but don't let go, okay? Loosen a little. Okay. Yeah. Don't let go, don't let go. I've got 2. I'm gonna guess the second is a make good. I think the 2 of spades. Nailed it. But I was really going for yours. And if this is yours, still don't let go, because this isn't the trick. This is actually the misdirection. This is the keepsake. So you can remember this time when Graeme was here with you guys on the Christmas special of Context, and I made all the playing cards between your hands absolutely disappear.
No.
Take a look.
Yo, I'm like afraid to take a look. You want me to turn this over?
Yeah, open it up.
Open.
Oh, what is that?
Yo, that's pretty
Oh,
good.
that's weird.
That's pretty good.
Awesome.
What?
I don't know. Are they seeing this? Can you
Okay.
see this?
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's too much crazy for me.
Okay, wow, the stuff you learn about your team behind the scenes. Who knew behind all those computer graphics, Graeme was working his magic. Amazing is what we say. Okay, Graeme, back to work. It's fabulous. Okay, well, it's not the reason for this season, but gifts are a big part of Christmas, especially for children. And since Sheldon Neal is a dad, he went searching for the hottest kid gift this year. Take a look.
I am here at Mastermind Toys, and we are talking about the hottest toys you need to get your hands on this season. And I'm not alone. I have my toy expert next to me, Katrina Feifel.
We'll start with this monkey. Electronic Friends has been a trend for the past few years. There was the Hatchimal and then the Fingerling Monkey. This is like the bigger, better version of the Fingerling Monkey.
All
It's
right.
called Fingerling's Hugs.
Okay.
Has motion sensors. It's interactive. If I throw him in the air, he likes that.
Okay.
You can swing him around as well.
And he reacts to what you're doing.
Yeah, he likes that. But yeah, just cuddly, big, interactive, plush fun.
Oh, I can see my daughter loving this one.
Yes,
okay, very cool.
definitely.
What's next on our awesome?
Okay, we have another little electronic friend here.
Okay.
This is called DJ Bot, and he is first and foremost like a Bluetooth speaker. So you can use any device that you have that you play music on and use him just like a regular speaker. Except for that, he gets the beat and he actually will dance
to it.
And he
Nice.
has some dance moves, as you can see there. But the coolest part is that you can program your own dance moves into him.
Really?
So kids can actually, they can pick their favorite song and they can use an app, and it's like simple drag and drop coding that they use to sequence their own dance moves. So they're learning how to code at the same time.
We got to try this one. This one's kind of drawing my eye
Yes, you
here.
definitely do. This is called Pencil Nose,
Okay.
and it is a brand new game. Great for like a wide age range. The game is exactly Pictionary,
Okay.
but we're gonna draw with our faces. So
All right.
everyone gets one of these clear boards, and you're drawing with the pencil
And
coming
it
out
doesn't
of your
matter
nose.
what side I choose.
No,
It
doesn't
all
matter.
right? Okay.
And then you're gonna try and draw something. So just try like a snowman. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
And then your partner would be watching through the board.
Those watching at home, I want no judgments on how this snowman is looking.
It's harder than it looks.
Definitely harder
I'll
than
tell
it
you
looks.
that. And your partner's seeing it backwards through the screen, trying not to laugh at how funny you look in your glasses, and they're trying to guess what you draw.
Nice.
But you can see how this would, let's see how you
Mine's
do. Wow.
definitely, I mean,
Ugh.
definitely.
A melting snowman.
Yes,
Let's talk about Kumi Crater, because I love
Okay.
this one so much. It's a friendship bracelet making machine. So all you do is you pick a design from the booklet here, and it tells you where to put these little spools of thread in the machine. And then I'm gonna get you to turn this crank here that way and see what happens.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, so you can see it's actually braiding the
Braided.
bracelet for you. It's like magic that makes them spin like that. But it's great because then if you have a group of people at a birthday party or a sleepover or something, you can make a ton of bracelets in
These
like
are some
minutes.
of the finished products
Yeah,
here?
and they're actually really cool. Like I wear some of them myself.
You
They look great.
Nice, very cool. Let me ask you this. What is it about toys that you think kids just love? There's such a wide array here. We didn't even get a chance to get into all of them, but I mean, what is it that really kind of just, just gets kids going?
Well, it's different for every kid, right? Like some of them, the games get them going. Some of them like are really techie, so the coding is a big thing this year. And then like you said, collectibles, LOL dolls, collecting and trading, that's really popular as well.
Wow, well, hope we helped you watching at home to see what you need to get your hands on for your kids and those you love. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Folks, I didn't want to even get into Speedos tonight, but that's my point. Nobody should get into Speedos, ever. Not tonight, not tomorrow, ever.
All right, folks, we won't be talking about Speedos today, will we, Timmy?
That's one of my favorite topics.
It's one of your favorites. We're not going to talk about it today. Timmy Boyle is with us, comedian.
Yeah.
All over Ontario, people can see you.
All over Canada, down
over
in the States.
Canada.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. Nobody knows who I am.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about this. I know you went into comedy full-time 10 years ago.
Yeah, almost 10 years, yeah.
Why do you love making people laugh? What is it about it?
Oh my god! As far back as I can remember, like from the time I made my sister, who was like 2 years younger than me, laugh in a bathtub, like when I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
It's just, it drives me. Like hearing somebody laugh, especially in today's culture, where everyone's afraid to laugh and some have forgotten to laugh. Giving that gift, I think, is one of the most amazing gifts to give anybody. So when I get a chance to have that opportunity, yeah, it's the best thing I could ever be doing.
It's something all of us need a little bit more at Christmas as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's talk about the suit. Let's talk about the orange juice, because this is part of the shtick.
Yes, it was a shtick. It could be just part of who I am.
Yeah.
It's actually, this is in homage to Dean Martin, old style classic comic back in the 50s, who always drank out of a glass. And I think my vision was to create a brand of comedy that would harken back to a brand of comedy long past, you know, without the brick wall, without the ripped jeans. Not that I'm against any of that, but I thought it was so cool to bring a little bit of class back when they were in an era where they were forced to be clean because of censorship, and they were just forced to be a little more creative. And I just wanted to go up there and tell stories and remind people of that clean comedy isn't new. Clean comedy used to always be, it didn't have to be defined.
Yeah.
And then it kind of got lost, and I'm trying to kind of help restore that and bring it back. So upstanding comedy is about restoring that old style classic brand.
What is it like, though? I mean, trying to do that as a Christian in this industry, which is, you know, people are very crude.
Yeah.
It almost seems like that's how you get ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who I know who could do clean and choose not to because they feel that's the door in.
Sure.
So it's constantly a challenge to try to. I don't know if it's a challenge to be clean. I mean, to be honest, I mean, I think of things that I can't take to the stage too, and so there is a conscious battle of that. But I think there's a great value in learning how to tell a story without being able to go to a crude joke or an easy joke, and learning how to express yourself in an avenue that a kid and a grandmother would be able to sit in the same room and laugh together.
What makes you laugh about Christmas? Because I'm sure there's some stuff.
Well, Santa makes me laugh because it's a fascinating story. Everything about life makes me laugh. Like I don't just laugh. I don't pick up my laughter at Christmas. I laugh all year round. Like people have asked me, like, where do you find your material? And the reality is that I wonder why no one else sees my material because it happens all around. Like life is funny to me.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly finding a space of joy in my life, and I think in general we don't see light. We see the negative things, and I just want to see the positive things. And if you look at Speedos can be repulsive, or they can be incredibly funny.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, they can. Let me ask you quickly about laughter in the Bible.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I mean, do you see that? Do you play off of that as well?
No, I actually, I see a lot of humor in the Bible. Okay. I think there's a lot of sarcasm in the Bible. I think Paul was very sarcastic. I think there's a lot of really funny parts in the Old Testament. But I don't ever use the biblical context in any of my humor. I really want my humor to be a place where that regardless of race, age, gender, religious belief, you can come into one room and laugh together. So even if I'm performing in a church, I want it to be a place where the community can come in and Christian and non-Christian can sit together and just enjoy a common experience.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Meisha Watson is here, and she knows a lot about joy and laughter as one of the extraordinary hosts on The Zone. Also a friend of mine. Let me ask you, you bring joy to young viewers literally across Canada. Why is that important to you?
Well, I know that when I was growing up watching kids television, I always felt like whatever was happening in my life, I knew I could tune into my favorite kids show, and whatever they were doing, making fun of themselves or making fun of each other, I felt like I could just leave whatever was going on and just really like dial in and laugh at my favorite TV hosts. So for me, that's why it's super important to me. I get to do that for the kids of Canada.
And what do you think it is about joy and laughter that makes us better people, especially around the holidays? It's the Christmas season now. What's that kind of X factor?
I don't know. I feel like when it comes to joy as a whole, it's kind of something that lives inside of all of us.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for each of us to bring it out of each other.
Wow.
So I think making other people laugh is the most important thing that I bring to what I do every day. So making jokes or putting on costumes or doing impersonations of my Jamaican family, all of that stuff, I think is super important, and we need to continue to do more of that.
And okay, what is your personal source of joy for your life? You mentioned your mom. Shout out to Coburg, Ontario. You got to give us some type of, what does she sound like? I mean, you say you do impressions.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So shout out to my mom, first of all, and my dad. But what brings me joy is my family.
Yeah.
We were born in England. My parents were born in Jamaica, then we moved to England, then to Markham, Ontario, then they're in Coburg. And so all the way through, we have all these stories of travels that we've taken together. Wow. And I know that one thing my mom will hate for me to say, but when it was Christmas time, I was the most mischievous child. But my mom would always tell me, she'd be like, Meisha, don't make me tell you one more time. And that meant like, do not.
Don't do it.
Do not.
That sounds like my house.
Anyway, yeah, exactly. And so I'll never forget that. And that for me is like, something that brings me joy is knowing that my mom always has something to say about something.
Yeah. Okay, something to say about how joy, faith mixes with your, joy and laughter mixes with your faith. What are those, how do those reconcile for you?
Yeah, well, I looked at it this way. I go through things just like anybody else, but being on TV, you don't really get a chance to show it much. If you're having a bad day, it's kind of like forget about it and get back on with it, get on with the job. But my faith helps me have a source. So there's one of my favorite songs, and it's like, I'm not okay, everything's not fine, but it's nice to know that I can come this way. And it's my favorite line because I get to go back to God every second. So if I'm having a horrible day and the entire day is horrible, but I always know that I have a source of joy that I can tap into, whether it's just me like, Jesus, help me right now. Whatever it is, I know that I always have a source, and that gives me a place to stand on that I can be confident from and strong from. And that's why I think people are always like, why are you so happy? I'm like, I just know who my God is. I know who my God is. That's it.
Listen, I love spending time with you, not just here, but when we do our thing. Like, honestly, you're an amazing person.
So cool.
Great to have you on the show. Thank you so much, Meisha.
Thank you, Sheldon.
So top tips in terms of giving funds to charities would be, first, if you can volunteer with the charity, that's the best thing you can do. It'll allow you to really see what the charity's doing. The second thing is spend some time on the website of the charity. If they don't provide you with much information, that could be a bit of a red flag. Another thing is you can look at the CRA websites or sites like charitydata.ca, and they have a huge amount of information on charities.
Love hearing from Mark, the tax expert, the charity expert, and we love it that you at home support this media charity with your year-end gifts. You can just go online, you can make a gift and help keep Context strong. It's all part of Canada's Charity Circle, bringing great stories to you. Okay, introducing now something completely different. Mentalist Ryan Edwards to help us with the imagination we need for Christmas.
That's right.
Okay, you've got a task for me, and then we're going to visit.
Yeah, we're going to do this really quickly. So I got a picture with me today, and I'm going to get you to color the picture for us.
Okay.
But you're just going to color one part, like do a little touchdown in one of the circles or on the box and stuff like that.
All right. Okay.
So I've got some markers here. I'm going to turn my back. You're going to pick out a marker, but I'm not going to know which marker you pick, but I'm going to tell you what to color.
Okay.
Good with that?
Okay.
And I've got a prediction sitting here. We'll get back to that in a minute.
All righty. Okay, Ryan, I'm ready.
I got my eyes closed. I'm turned around. Grab out a marker.
Okay, got it.
You have one?
Got it.
Perfect. Color in the leaves.
Leaves done.
Perfect. Cap that up. Throw it away. Grab out another one.
Uh-huh.
You have one?
Got one. Got one.
Let's see. I want you to color this time. Let's go with the circles.
Okay. Got the circles, got the circles, got the circles. Done.
Perfect. Grab out another one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have it?
Got it.
Perfect. Color the box.
Okay. Got the box. The box is touched down.
Perfect.
And like we're talking TV color.
TV color. Yeah, quick. Yeah. Awesome. Do you have another one?
Got another one.
Awesome. Let's see. Color in. Let's go with the ribbon this time.
Okay. Ribbon, 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 ribbon. Okay, we've got ribbon.
That should leave you one left, yes?
One left.
Perfect. Color in the berries.
Okay. All right, the berries are done.
Awesome. Well, let's see how you did. Wow, that is fantastic job. We've got a blue box. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. Yeah, I mean, it's not. No one is judging you out there. They're only judging me, and if I get this correct.
Okay.
You drew a blue box. You drew blue circles, orange ribbon, red leaves, and yellow berries.
Yep.
Now, Lorna, I've got a prediction there that's been sitting there from before we did anything.
I have not seen the envelope.
You have not seen it. We're going to grab that.
Okay. Drum roll,
Lorna,
the envelope.
Before the show, I drew this picture. I colored it, not TV time, but inside I've got yellow or red leaves, we've got yellow berries, we've got an orange ribbon, a blue box, or blue circles, and a blue
I
box.
am totally, you guessed my colors.
An exact match.
You guessed my colors. Whoopsie, 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 whoopsie. You guessed my colors. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
How does this work? How do you know inside my imagination?
We'll get to that.
Okay, tell me, how do you know inside my imagination?
So it's about 17 years of practice of kind of studying human behavior and what people do and patterns that people have. And so.
Well, you wouldn't think that, okay, so you study patterns.
Yeah.
So how important is imagination at Christmas?
Oh, I mean, imagination is like the root of at Christmas. I always say that people get back to when they're children at Christmas time and the wonder and the presents and everything. That's why I wanted to bring a present today, is because it takes us back to when we were kids. And I think with imagination and with mentalism, it brings us back to when we were kids. You
made an amazing change in your career to do this kind of work on imagination as a mentalist, because you were a pastor.
Yes, yeah.
Why the switch?
You know, I still feel called to ministry, but I felt like in this avenue, I get to talk to people that wouldn't regularly come to church, that I get to talk to out in the real world and meet them where they're at. And
so the magic of God's gift. And I've always looked at it as, it's not magic, it was a fact. It was a piece of history, but something happens in faith when you take that gift of God's baby and bring Jesus into your life. How crucial is imagination for engaging our faith in the belief in the greatest gift?
Yeah, I mean, for me as a pastor, every time I'm speaking, I think, when we read the Bible, it's not boring. And I think Jesus wasn't a boring guy. I think he did tons of absolutely incredible things. So I always feel like we should bring his word in an exciting way, in a new way. When I was a child, I couldn't read and write, and I learned differently than other people. And that's why doing stuff like this is easier for me than probably most people. And so for me, I had to think in different avenues. And I feel like in church, a lot of people learn differently. And a lot of times pastors only really hit one learning curve. They only hit the audible learner. And so I feel like using things like this, I'm able to teach people about Jesus in ways that they're going to remember, hopefully forever, and hopefully use in their daily lives. So.
Merry Christmas. You're the first mentalist we've had on. Thank you for helping us remember that the faith life requires us to imagine sometimes differently. Okay, we're going to be back right after this.
1, 2, 3, 4. We can't banish your aunt's Christmas fruitcake for good, but Castle can make your Christmas dreams come true. Watch Christmas specials like A Celtic Family Christmas featuring the McMaster Leahy family. Or explore the miracles and history of the first Christmas story in the place where it all began with Journey to Christmas. Start your free 30-day trial today and add more meaning to your Christmas streaming. Sign up at intothecastle.com.
So giving is a purely voluntary exercise. It's important to give if you care about an issue, you want to make a difference in society. There are many charities doing great work, and it's important to support them, and giving is one of the many ways that you can support a charity.
And we're so thankful you support Context. We also are a charity, usually dealing with heavy issues, but come on, it is time to celebrate. Thank you guys for giving us a challenge to our imagination. Ryan and Graeme, who does all these beautiful graphics.
Yes.
Who knew? It's crazy.
Yeah, and we had Timmy, hilarious classic comedy, bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
It was great.
We can't forget the amazingly talented, gifted Meisha Watson. Always good to have you.
Okay, well, have a very happy Christmas. We're so glad it takes a village. So from Susan and all of the team that's behind the scenes, we're so glad that you could join us.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Okay, much more on our website. Have a great holiday season.